Over the years, U.S. culture has been trained to be more judgmental about money than any other human pursuit. You might not read People magazine. Actually, I kind of hope you don't, but a lot of people do. And this means that what you see in the magazine reflects the values of a large part of the United States. They once had a cover story called The Greatest Love Stories of the Century. Believe it or not, more than half of the couples in this list were committing the old-fashioned sin of adultery. For example, one of the couples mentioned was Frank Sinatra and Ava Gardner. However, they failed to mention Frank Sinatra's wife and 3 children at the time of this adulterous relationship. Exactly 2 weeks later, Newsweek published a story entitled Corporate Killers. The story concerned layoffs and said, you lose your job and the CEO gets a fat raise. Newsweek mentioned how 137,000 workers had lost their jobs in the companies mentioned in this story. But what they failed to mention is that the U.S. economy at that time was adding 137,000 new jobs every 3 weeks. In other words, there was a heck of a lot more good business going on than bad business. Here's what our culture is broadcasting. If you cause pain to others while in pursuit of sexual pleasure, you will find understanding and sympathy. However, if you're a business person causing even the slightest discomfort to others, you're condemned and immoral. So American culture celebrates almost anything in pursuit of sex, but tolerates very little in pursuit of money. This begs the question, do you really want to look to culture to determine what is moral and what's not? I hope I've convinced you that this is a bad idea. Actually, most of the time, you can just look at what culture defines as moral and assume that it's not. On the flip side, you can look at what culture defines as immoral and assume they're probably lying to you. I tell you all this to reveal how Satan has used culture to convince you that God wants you to be poor. But the only one who wants you to be poor is Satan. To get a better grasp on this, I encourage you to enroll in my free video series called God Privilege, where I show you how to live in the promises of God. And it's important that you do so because God has some big things for us to accomplish here on the earth. Get access today at cadeyoung.com. Also, go ahead and hit the like button because that'll help this video get out to everybody who needs it. And before you go, I want to make sure that we're clear on what Jesus did for you. Jesus gave his life, not just to forgive you, but to free you from sin. He didn't just pay the penalty of your sin. He took your sin away. You're forgiven. You're free. That's who you are when you believe in Jesus Christ. So go ahead and say this with me. Jesus Christ, I believe in you. Thank you for giving your life to save mine. I'm forgiven. I'm free. I dedicate my life to following you. Now let's follow Jesus together. I have more videos coming your way. You can be the first to know by subscribing to my email list at cadeyoung.com. We can also stay connected on YouTube, Instagram, Gab, and Telegram. Just search for Pastor Cade. You'll find me there. I'll see you soon.